EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Houston Texans. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and as we look at this matchup, every time there's something different to focus on. So I'll just ask you, what do you see here in this one?
Well, Rembrandt, you've given me a pretty blank canvas to focus on, haven't you?
Yeah.
Where do you think I'm going to go with this?
Oh, secondary?
You know me well, right? In a game like this, it's always about the secondary. Can they handle the passing attack and make a few plays?
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
I remember when he came out of Wyoming, the big question mark, could he be accurate enough to be a star in the NFL? I think it's safe to say he's put all of us in our place and put those doubts to rest. He can roll out and run it. He can bomb it over your heads. Everything in between is an absolute nightmare for defenses to try and prepare for. And when he's on, he's an MVP caliber player each and every time he takes the field.
First down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Now Allen has his man. It's Shakir. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 35 yards the gain there. Another first down as well.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. On play action, Allen. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up first and goal.
Now Allen off the bootleg. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Bills get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And the QB rating right now sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. But I think 158.3 is the number one.
Yep, that's the
right.
high
That's
mark.
the highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Stroud off the play fake. That's complete to his rookie second-round pick. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now Stroud. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, 50 yards. And the Texans respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was Nico Collins who finished it off with a touchdown reception. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Allen. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First catch of the game for Cooks. It'll be a first down.
A gain of 15. And the Bills first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming out.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. Allen going to throw. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And even 50 receiving yards for him now in this first quarter alone, and also a first down.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. They'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To the air, Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. And the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. Here's Allen. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Bills have taken the lead. He hit him earlier in this first quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see on the basketball court. You know, the guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals. One with the arm, one with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out the reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes the score 14-7.
Texans 7.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Josh Allen using his legs to polish things off. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Marks now on 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
But that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd and 6. Stroud going to give to Marks. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Play action. Stroud now.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 10. They go up the middle with Chubb. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Shoves him aside. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Marks. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
First down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. On 1st down, back to Marks. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
2nd down and 6 now. Now they'll change things up. Stroud will throw it.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Well, they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Nick Chubb, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are an extra point away from drawing level. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 14. A 10-play drive that time. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because They just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now, they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A give to Cook out of the gun. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room.
Inside the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook, 74 yards. And the Bills are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Prater on to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Stroud to throw it. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Stroud.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he's got this down to the 35. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
They'll fake the jet sweep, and now Stroud to throw off play action.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Stroud looking to throw.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. That is caught.
And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 14. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
That's another Texans 1st down. 1st and 10.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
In motion left is Higgins.
Now Stroud going to bat it forward on the touch pass.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White.
It's a pickup of 3.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting,
but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
To the back of the end zone, but too high. Over everybody and incomplete.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Again, it's Stroud. He'll try and do this, and he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses have their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely, and that sack finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that'll bring them back within 4.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Bills offense and running back James Cook heading onto the field. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. To throw, it's Allen. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it? No, he didn't. Allen off the play fake. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
They'll try the middle with Cook. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Allen now looks to throw. Now, quick throw there is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
To the 27-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Texans.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 7.
Now Allen.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Palmer going to go in motion left. Here's Allen to throw it. He'll try and do this himself. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 13-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll find his way down right around the 12. Henry To'o there on the tackle.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Second and 9. Throwing now is Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Third and 5. Now Allen. Setting up the screen for Cook. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Prater's kick is good. And they will open their lead up to a touchdown at 24-17. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
34-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 3. And Stroud now to throw. He'll swing this out to Marks. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Play action. Here's Stroud. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Stroud will look to throw once more. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Texans going to take over here to start quarter number 3. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Here's Stroud. Quick slant caught by Kirk.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On third down, Marks.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
49 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Now Stroud. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
2nd and 10. Stroud off the play fake. He's got his man on the crossing route. This is Higgins.
And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 38-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 38.
From out of the gun, here's Marks.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They run straight ahead with Marks.
Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Throwing now is Stroud. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Dalton Schultz, 33 yards. And the Texans are an extra point away from evening this one up.
And there's a situation where as a tight end, once he gets that end zone in his sights, he's not going to back down from anyone. He doesn't worry about running to daylight. He doesn't mind running through contact. That's totally fine by him.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And that will tie our game here in the third quarter.
That ties the game.
So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it was the tight end Dalton Schultz on the touchdown reception to cap the drive.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Oh, now how about this return?
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now a 2nd and 10.
To the air, Allen.
Looking on the out route, he finds Shakir.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
2nd down and 8.
Across midfield and down into Houston territory. They'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Now this time, Allen will throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
The Bills send the punter out. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return.
And the Texans will take over.
And now out comes Houston.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. From the 22 now, here's the 2nd down and 6. On the handoff, Marks.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. He'll try and do this himself.
Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And taken right on the 30. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. He couldn't get the edge there. It wasn't sealed, so maybe not all on the guy running the football all the time on those tosses and the pitches that go to the outside.
No, not at all. I would agree with that totally, because sometimes the defensive guys, they win the edge battle. And when they do that, there's no place for the running back to go, and especially for offensive linemen trying to get out ahead. With their footwork and speed, it was negligible on that play. No gain at all for the offense. But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Allen. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 20-yard line.
A good pick up there of 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
From the gun, it's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free. And it's
timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. Prater's kick is good. And the Bills have come back to regain the lead. So a response there to the touchdown of the opening drive of this 3rd quarter as they're able to reclaim the lead.
And I think you'll take that because obviously you'd like to be able to match them touchdown for touchdown, but the first order of business was to get the lead back, and they've done that. Now you want to give a good pep talk to your defense to take it from there.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Back now in Houston. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
Stroud to throw it. Checks this down to Marks out of the backfield.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
That'll be complete to Marks.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line.
Once more with Marks. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Stroud. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down.
He'll try and do this himself.
And a tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. They start the drive with Cook. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23.
106 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
Here's Allen. He gets it to Cooks. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Up the middle, it's Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, second down.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Play action. Now it's Allen. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line.
The Texans offense and C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. They'll fake the jet sweep, and now Stroud to throw off play action.
It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play.
And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Stroud looking to throw. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
A 40-yard punt, no return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
James Cook and the Buffalo offense returning to work now.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Motion man is Shakir. Now Allen. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Allen going to throw. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started And that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And Stroud now to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Collins. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bills offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. And they'll run the option to start the drive. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They run the counter with Cook. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Allen now looks to throw. Pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun to give to Davis. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks.
A 7-yard gain. That's good for a Bills first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And they take a knee. Second and 11 now.
call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one.
76-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high-flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did. And just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides.
That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.